I went to Johnson and Wales
Mm,
in Charlotte for a year before transferring here to USC. So my dad actually went to USC. So he kind of always told me, USC had a great hospitality program, but I always was like, let me go away, let me get away, and then ended up right back here at USC. And I realized how many opportunities there were here for my major. I always wanted to be able to give back to my community, to be able to work in my community, work here in Columbia. So it kind of all just tied together, me coming here and then also majoring in hospitality management.
for you?
I feel like it was an amazing decision. All the opportunities I've been given, all the places I've been, all the people I've met, all came from me being just in this college. So I feel like it was the best decision I made now that I'm graduating. And yeah, started in the wedding industry, well, really event planning as a whole, in 2020 during the pandemic. I found a mentor, reached out to her, and ultimately she has built me, shaped me, molded me into who I am, taught me more about hospitality than I ever knew about. And that also made me want to major in it in college. So her teaching me and showing me kind of the ins and outs of events really made me want to go into hospitality management and also minor in event management. Some of my favorite opportunities related to my major would have to probably be, for one, studying abroad in London. It was so eye opening. I had never been to Europe, I had never been to a country like that. Just being able to see a different culture, immerse myself in different experiences was just so eye opening. And then for it to have been a retail trip, I still feel like I learned a lot, even as a hospitality management major. And I still have a love for fashion. So that still kind of was feeding my inner childhood as I went to London. And then I'd also have to say, doing the PGA tournament was really fun. I love being there with so many different people from our college, meeting so many different people, meeting so many different people who were coming for the tournament. And lastly, I always will have a love for doing the homecoming event that we do every year. I love being able to help put that on, being able to meet alumni, being able to just see everyone come together, have fun, eat good food. And I love how they give students the opportunity to be a part of that.
Oh, you always been a leader naturally, or is that something that developed here at USC?
I have always been a leader naturally. My parents growing up drilled into me being a leader, not a follower. So I always grew up with the mindset of being a leader, and then also growing up with treating people how you want to be treated. And one of the biggest things that I grew up wanting to do was help others, help lead others, help guide others, help be a mentor for others. And that's kind of been a part of me being on executive boards for several different organizations, is because I love helping others and I love leading them. And I wake up every day wanting to help people. So all of that fulfills me, fulfills my joy, and it fulfills my goals in life. I think some of my favorite memories, honestly, would just be being able to walk into a classroom and my professor saying, "Hi, Whitley," or "Hey, Whitley," or asking me about something I told them I was going to do over the weekend or something I was going to do over a break. And I just feel like it's really fulfilling to know that all my professors in this college specifically care about me. They want to see me grow. I've always had professors who I could tell them, I'm looking for this opportunity, and they're jumping right on it, helping me find that opportunity or connecting me to the person who would possibly have that opportunity for me. And then I've also loved just being a student leader. I've loved being in so many different clubs and organizations. I've loved being able to be the one who I feel like everyone sees on the sixth floor, the first floor, just floating around, talking to everyone, being able to make conversation. I love that aspect. I've made so many friends. I've made so many connections here. Just being able to tie that all together has really just made a great culminating college experience.
Oh,
So the dream career is to continue within event planning. Just have a love for it. I feel like I honestly could do it in my sleep at this point.
mhm.
And then also I want to get into real estate. So I want to be able to help people my age or a little older understand the value of home ownership. I want to be able to be more knowledgeable on that. I want to be able to sell homes, especially in hospitality areas like Charleston, Greenville, the beach areas, things of that nature, and then just ultimately be able to just continue to help people. So I want to be able to start my own event planning company and give what my mentor gave to me, high school students who are looking for maybe jobs and roles in the hospitality industry, just to be able to further understand it, get more their foot in the door, and then also gain more knowledge even before going to college.
But what would you tell an incoming freshman or a high school senior, someone who's where you were 4 years ago and wants to succeed the way you've succeeded? What advice would you give?
I would just say day one, just put your foot like in the door. Just show up as your true authentic self. Never ever let anyone dial you down or water you down because you know who you are. You know who you were when you came to this campus and just be yourself. I got to where I am by being myself. I never changed who I was. I never changed my southern accent. I never
Mhm.
changed how I talk. I never changed how I was the one always raising my hand in classes or always speaking to all my classmates. Always be yourself and opportunities will definitely come. And also put yourself out there. Just because your friends don't do something or just because the next person's not doing it and you want to do it, go do it because ultimately you'll make more friends, you'll meet more people, and you'll make more connections. So the doors were definitely open. Honestly, my most confusing thing was finding my classes. I was so confused. I was like, okay, someone was telling me like go on the horseshoe, then walk straight. And I'm just like, okay, there's multiple straights on the horseshoe. That had to honestly be just the most confusing part. But once I got here, I was open with open arms, welcome with open arms. I was given the opportunity to further be able to tour the college and understand where my classes were. I'll never forget Colin was like, you know, you need to be a leader. You need to, even my first time even doing a learning session here. So I was able to just be able to be immersed into the experiences. I remember day one, my classmates were welcoming. Everyone in my classes was wanting to get to know me. So I never felt, out of place once I came to the college, even as a transfer student. I want to definitely thank my parents for guiding me and helping me throughout my college journey. Even when I was ready to transfer, they were still always being there for me every step of the way. I want to thank the rest of my family, my friends, my line sisters. Everyone's always been there cheering me on, helping me build my confidence, boosting my self esteem. And then just a few people here in the college. I want to thank Emma, she's always been there. I'm always in her office. If she's watching this, I love her. Dr. Lake, I want to thank Sierra, my advisor. I want to thank really honestly the whole advising department because they always hear me, seeing me on the sixth floor. I want to thank Jasmine, just some of the few people who have really been just big stepping stones in my career here and given me so many great opportunities.